The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is Universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
All right, sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. We call it the 10-minute drill, and we do it each and every day. And at the end of the drill, Beef, we're going to give out a prize pack. What are we giving out today, friend?
We're going to hook one lucky Guggen up, not only with a $25 gift certificate to Donato's Pizza, celebrating their new location out in Jacksonville Beach, but each winner this week will also be entered into a drawing. One of them will get a twosome for them and a buddy to play in the Coastal Equipment Guggen Open coming up Monday, August 3rd at Queens Harbor.
All right, we got some things to clear up on the 1010XL text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. I hate errors, and I made an egregious one.
You made a gaffe.
And so, too, to Get Smart John.
Oh, no.
We were talking about the 1978 Super Bowl.
Yep.
And we were talking about the catch, the Cowboys catch that might have been overturned if it was today. And we said it was Golden Richards, and we both thought it was Golden Richards, and it was not Golden Richards. It was Butch Johnson, and one of the guys pointed that out. So thank you, Guggen, for that. That's bad. We should know
was
that.
Was Golden Richards like a later date?
The catch that I was thinking about was definitely Butch Johnson. So that is I just looked it up and saw the catch, and it was Butch Johnson. So also one of our Guggens sent us a photo. Petraeus pinning his Purple Heart on our Guggen in 2007. Worked for him for 6 months. So shout out to our man there, Purple Heart. Impressive. They want to know if you'll tweet the hacker puke shot.
I don't know if I can do that to my guy.
Yeah. Where did you get it?
Somebody texted it in.
Oh, okay. Is it on the 1010XL text line?
There was a time where I had a narrow esophagus.
Yes.
Tell Dan to cut that Muppet baby off his head. So appreciate all the comments on the text line. You can always play along as well. You can also vote in our poll that we have right now. We're talking about Yannick Ngakoue a little bit today. And so our drill poll question today presented by Ritz Safety, Florida's trusted personal protection equipment provider. What will ultimately happen with Jan this fall? And almost 600 votes, 45% believe he'll play under the franchise tag. 30%, though, think he'll sit out the season. So that remains to be seen. Scott Strickland met with the media yesterday, and a couple things that came of that. He's the Florida athletics director. Admitted he had corona. He got coronavirus. He's okay, but boy, you hate that for anyone. And he also he quarantined for 10 days, by the way, from the onset of symptoms. Said he felt lousy for about 48 hours, another 3 or 4 days, like he didn't feel like going out and running a marathon, and then got back to normal. So anyway, best wishes to him and to anyone who gets it and battles with it. He gave out some numbers yesterday at Florida. As of the weekend, 238 tests have been done on athletes across all sports, 29 positive test results. When athletes initially returned to campus, Florida did 188 tests with 3 positive results. So this would be a bit concerning to me as a fan of wanting college football. In other words, 26 positives came from 50 additional tests after athletes showed symptoms or there was suspicion to test, and that's after they were back on campus. Now, did they all get it together? Did they get it? Did they already have it and it flared up? How did that come about? Those are some of the numbers that I don't know. It does speak to the difficulty of trying to predict when and if any sports seasons can take place without a vaccine this fall. And to that end, the SEC yesterday announced no sport will be playing until at least September. In other words, volleyball, soccer, I think cross country, whatever they are, all the other sports.
The other fall sports that
Yes.
sort of get lumped into this, but that's just really code for football.
Mm-hmm. The ADs met in Birmingham Monday. The Big Ten and Pac-12, we told you, have already announced a move to conference-only schedules. Strickland said scheduling is secondary to trying and establish testing and safety protocols, which they are still in the process of trying to do. I think the commissioner of the SEC, Greg Sankey, did the wise thing by saying, we'll keep gathering data. We're going to wait until the last possible moment. And, the football players are mostly back on campus. So I think that's smart. And we'll see what happens. But that's all we can do at this point. We can't, we don't know what the future holds. It's silly to speculate. How do I feel about it? If somebody said to me, I think we're iffy on high school. I think we're in trouble with college, and I think NFL will play. I've said that all along. But I hope I'm wrong. I desperately want to have college football. I desperately want to have high school football. And I know that a lot of people are counting on those sports. And the interesting thing from Strickland is he did not rule out. He said basically, look, we're not in the position to say what month we can start it. In other words, if we start it in January or December, we start it in December or January. We're not locked into having to start the college football season in September. So some think that there's no way you can have spring football. Again, I don't know. I mean, I don't know where we are. Like, we've read some things about a vaccine, but, that's still months away, I'd be my guess. So, and we're in July. And so then there are those who will claim the numbers on the kids. Really, to me, the one thing I've been harping on is unless we change the narrative. Look, in other words, if we try to play college football and we're going to say, well, we're going to try, but if somebody gets sick, then that's that. Well, then don't even bother trying. If you play college football in that environment, no matter how controlled it is, my guess is that the student athletes are going to get sick. Some of them are going to get sick. And if they get sick, if you immediately shut it down, then there's no point. You have to go in with the understanding that, listen, some guys are going to get sick, but they'll get better, and we're going to deal with it as it comes, and we'll take care of them, and they'll be better taken care of here. But, do you do that to kids who aren't making any money, aren't being paid professionally? It's a tough spot. You got to be honest.
It's tough. Like you said, you want it, but
yeah,
my cynicism, my skepticism is very high.
Yes.
That this thing's going to go down.
Yeah. I remain very skeptical as well. So we shall see. But again, you didn't tweet out a picture. You tweeted out a video.
I wouldn't do that to my friend. I'm not going to tweet out a picture of him vomiting milk.
Well, what is the video?
It's a video of him vomiting milk.
What's the difference?
I didn't want to horrify him with a still photo.
It's the classic milk challenge.
The milk challenge from 2014, July of 2014, 6 years ago. Hacker attempting to guzzle down an entire gallon of not just of milk, Dan, but when you go to the store and there's the different varieties of milk.
Yes.
There's the skim, which is like the milk water.
Uh-huh.
There's the 1%, the 2%, and then over on the right is that treacherous vitamin D milk.
Oh.
The whole milk. I believe that's what we were guzzling down.
Why are you showing it? Anyway, well, it's on YouTube anyway.
It's on YouTube. It's there.
We did it a 4th of July year at a baseball tournament down in West Palm Beach. And I had two guys do it, and they proved that two guys who were fine with giving it a shot and thought they could do it, and they couldn't do it.
What I'm enjoying about watching this video is there was a lot of eyewitnesses as numerous Googans attempted it. Chris Reimer's in this video.
Yeah.
Filming and watching. Several Googans along with Hacker, and it did not go well for our guy.
It did not go
Again,
well.
that's a lot of milk, man.
It did not go well.
It's a lot of milk.
Yes,
breaking news.
What do you got?
Involving a former Gator.
Oh.
Mike Miller.
Oh.
Is stepping down as an assistant in Memphis.
Okay.
He's going to coach Houston High School in Germantown, Tennessee, where his son Mason is a 4-star.
Well, I like that.
Mason is, according to 247, he's a 4-star power forward, 6'9", $180, Houston High School. Might need some Clearasil. Got a little bit of a zit issue, according to the photo. He's warm on Creighton, Indiana, Ohio State.
Great. I didn't hear Florida in there.
Florida, no. He's cool on Memphis and TCU. I don't see Florida in the top 5. Damn it.
I mean, you got to throw
By the way, if you're Mike Miller and you're Penny Hardaway, Don't you fire Mike Miller if you can't get Mason Miller home to Memphis?
You got to get Mason Miller home.
What the hell, Mike?
Well, Mike Miller's assistant at Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
He's an assistant with the Grizzlies.
But he is in Memphis.
In Memphis. He's stepping down, though, as an assistant with the Grizzlies and is going to go coach his kids' high school. Rivals also has Mason as a 4-star. Their future cast for him is a tie.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana-Memphis. They got Indiana 75%. Says his top interest, Creighton, Memphis, TCU, Indiana, Michigan, and Florida. So Dan likes the Rivals read on Mason Miller a lot more than the 247 read.
Amen to
on
that.
Mason Miller, 4-star power forward.
I got to ask you, career earnings for Mike Miller,
Mike
please.
Miller made a ton of cash, bro. Like, and I've seen him. I'm talking like probably what, like 150 plus mil?
No.
No, you didn't get that high?
No.
75?
No, higher.
Higher than 75?
Yeah.
90 mil?
93.
93.
93 million for Mike Miller. He
Where's South Dakota Mike came from?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Corn Palace. It's a great story. It was one of the first Billy Donovan recruiting stories where Billy
Like
was
Big
there,
Coup?
like waiting for him at or like midnight or whatever, and he'd go up there, and that was a great get. And of course, he was the one where, if I'm not mistaken, then Kansas and it was then Deputy Dog Roy Williams started throwing the barbs and calling Billy Donovan out and saying he was cheating and blah blah blah, which obviously is somewhat tinged with irony, I would say.
Just
But
a little.
So Mike Miller goes to the Magic. Was he Rookie of the Year? He might have been the NBA.
Mike Miller was Rookie of the Year.
I think he was an NBA Rookie of the Year. His high point was with the T-Wolves and Wizards, where he made over $9 million both seasons.
And no, Mike Miller's currently at U Memphis. He's stepping down. He was with the Grizz. He's at U Memphis.
Okay, so he's at UMemphis.
He's with Penny, and he's not getting the kid home. He's probably getting canned anyways.
Penny probably said, "Hey, maybe you ought to. If you can't get Mason,
get him home, drive him somewhere else."
Yeah. His last year with the Nuggets, he made $3.5 million, and he was a very. Who are his similarities to? What kind of player would you say Mike Miller was in the NBA? I thought Mike Miller was a good player. He became more of like a shooter towards the end, right?
Yeah, he was very valuable, like on those Heat teams.
Yeah, right.
He's very good.
Right.
He became a very good role player,
Mm-hmm.
but was never really a great player on his own.
All right, here we go. Similarity
yeah.
scores. Through 17 years, good players. Kurt Thomas, Mike Dunleavy, Juwan Howard,
Sure.
Marvin Williams, Robert Horry, Joe Smith, Metta World Peace, those type of guys.
Yeah, good, high-quality role guys.
Yeah.
Who at their best were very good players, but
Yeah.
for the most part were contributors to good teams with other great players.
Very important player for Billy Donovan in Florida, though. So down here, we think of Mike Miller a lot differently than probably the
What was his best like per game?
in the NBA.
Yeah.
I bet like 16. I
16,
don't think he was
17
ever.
game.
Let me look.
I'm looking it up now.
Yeah, I don't think he was ever like.
His best, he got to. He was 18 and a half
All right.
in 2007 with the Grizz.
That's pretty good.
18 and a half a game. That's pretty good.
But that by far was a career high.
Yeah. He averaged like 16 and change with Orlando before he got traded to Memphis in 03.
Yeah. Where
Yeah.
were his best years? Memphis?
Probably Memphis.
Oh, he's pretty good in Orlando,
He was
too.
good in Orlando. He was good in Memphis. Then he became a role guy.
Why did Orlando give up on him?
I don't
Did they
know.
trade him? What happened?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Again, all kinds of Mike Miller questions coming your way.
It's big stuff going on
Huh?
in Mike Miller's world.
I mean, this is what we got. We got Mike Miller.
When they traded him, let's see.
And by the way, for those who, it's again with Gators, there's one play. He beat Butler. He beat Butler in the tournament in 2000. So,
Yeah, he must have been the big guy in that trade. He was sent by Orlando with Ryan Humphrey and a pick to Memphis for Gordon Greichek and Drew Gooden.
okay.
So he was the I don't know, maybe he didn't want to. Was he not going to extend in Orlando? I don't know. These are all good questions.
All good questions that we don't have the answers to, but
We
I do
don't.
know that Mike Miller hit a buzzer beater to beat Butler in the tournament in 2000, and it was certainly a very big deal. All right, we're up against it. Beef, what are we handing out today, by the way?
We're going to hook up one lucky Guggen
Yes.
with a $25 gift certificate.
Carried away with Mike Miller news.
Yeah, to get some pizza on us
Okay.
at Donato's, their new location in Jax Beach. So you'll dine on us, and also your name's going to be thrown in the hat. And one of the winners this week is going to also score a twosome for the Coastal Equipment Guggen Open coming up on Monday, August 3rd at Queens Harbor.
I like that. I like that a lot. And we're going to do caller number at 641-1010.
In honor of Mike Miller, caller number 33.
Caller number 4. Number 4.
4, in honor of Mike Miller, the 5th overall pick.